Right, we're at the emissions centre. You can see sign, whatever. Now last time when I had my motorbike, the emissions done and the procedure for the registration, a guy come on my channel and said I'd given the wrong information out basically, and you can take it to the emissions centre and they'll do all your documentation and get everything ready for you. You just have to go back and pick it up. Well, that's rubbish, or at least it is in Naga. You have to go through the procedure that I showed you with the motorbike, and it's exactly the same for the car. Now the only thing we're doing it different today is we're probably going to get the emissions done first before we go and get the rest of the paperwork, and that's why Mel's walking about over there, look, because I've asked here before and the young lady I was talking to got nosebleed, so I had to get Mel to come and do it. So the procedure is, in not any kind of order, is you can go and get your admissions first. I'll turn it around to me. You can get your emissions first, then you can go and get the vehicle checked, and after that go and get your insurance, and then you go and get your registration. Or you can go and get your insurance first, the emission, whichever way around you want to do it. The only thing that's going to be different today is the cost, because it's a van and not a motorbike. It'll be different. The other thing you've got to remember is the registration for this runs out on the 20th of October, and it's, sorry, the 10th of October. I had the 20th in mind, but I think it was for my bike. The 10th of October, and today is the 5th of October. It's well advised that you come in advance to renew your registration in case there's a problem, because if you go over your registration date, whether there's a problem or not, and they've sent you away, you'll have to pay a fine. And it doesn't really depend on how many days it's over. Normally it's a fixed fine, and I know from experience with my first motorbike, the yellow one, the Kawasaki, I was about 6 weeks overdue, and I got a fine which was, it wasn't very much. I think it was only about 600-700 pesos, something like that. But you don't want to be getting fines and paying unnecessary money if you don't have to. So we'll just get this done and then we'll show you the other. But I'm going to edit this down to like a few minutes because you've seen it all before, and the only difference is it's a van. Yes, baby?
Nothing.
Nothing? I thought there was a problem.
When it's not the black car.
That black car? Okay, good. Thank you. Right, all they've done is did a stencil of the VIN plate, so they've got the right information. That's it. Okay, thank you. So that's it, very quick. So far the emissions has cost 450 pesos and the insurance has cost 800 pesos. So
But the normal is 950. They have a discount.
yeah, they had a discount today.
Because of me.
Yeah, they saw Mel and they knocked 250 pesos off, didn't they, baby?
Just wait me outside, okay?
Okay.
Because I will pretend I'm pregnant.
Okay, mummy. Sorry, mummy. No problem, mummy. I'll just park in here then, Mel. Shall I just park in here, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna walk over there. He's coming out. See now, if I'd have been a Filipino there, I'd have drove straight up to him and made him reverse back. It's the Filipino habit, isn't it, babe? It's amazingly hot today. We've had such a lot of rain, haven't we?
Yeah.
And today's been the first respite, and it's like a summer's day. It's boiling hot. It's very nice.
Just wait me here.
Okay, mummy. Sorry, mummy.
Shut up. Give me money.
How much, honey?
I don't know.
How much money, honey?
I don't know. I have no idea if I
Okay. I tell you what. Take my wallet. Don't get any pizzas or anything.
There's no pizza here.
I know what you like with your pizzas.
I will go now.
She's told me to stay in the car, but I can't. Now, when I brought both my bikes, when we went to the inspection, they checked your horn, they checked your lights, brake lights, that kind of thing. But here, with my car, I don't know if it's because it looks so new, but they didn't do anything other than to take a stencil of the VIN plate. Obviously, like I say, for the paperwork, so it all matches up. So as I've said before, the land transportation office is where you come. Anything to do with your vehicles, your driving license. While we're on about driving licenses, you can no longer get a Philippine driving license if you're on a tourist visa, because the new criteria is, if you want a Philippine license, you have to prove to them that you're going to be here more than 12 months. Now, if you were to turn around and say, yeah, well, let's say you could prove you were going to be here 12 months, then you've contravened your visa, because you've told them you're leaving the country, because you would have a return ticket. So you can't do it, basically. You have to be resident now before you can get a license. Now, if nobody agrees with me, then I'm sorry, but that is a fact in Naga. Now, if it's different in Iloilo or Cebu or whatever, but obviously it isn't. But I know I'm going to get some argument. No, you can't. You definitely can't get a driving license while you're on a tourist visa, because until, I think it was, and I might get the month wrong, but around April, July last year, that's when the law changed. They weren't, because what would happen before is you'd come as a foreigner, and once you'd got your alien registration card, you had an address and all the rest of it, you could come to LTO and hand your license in, and they'd give you the equivalent license, Filipino license. But now they've stopped doing that. They won't do that anymore. You have to be resident. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it is. Now, somebody said to me the other day, and I have not investigated it, so I don't know how true it is, and they say that if you got a license while you are on a tourist visa and you're still on a tourist visa, you're driving illegally. So if that's the case, I would go back to LTO and just check that out, because you don't want to be getting into trouble with the authorities here. It's not good, and it never ends well for a foreigner. So the registrations cost 3,640 pesos.
It's not a lot, right?
It's not a massive amount, is it? It's a little bit less than I was expecting. I was expecting around 4,005, something like that.
Yeah.
Mel's just gone to my favourite place, Unitop. She's gone to get some bug spray. Every time I come into Naga, I'm nosing around Unitop. It's one of the cheapest shops in Naga to get everything from. You name it, they sell it. Did you get my bug spray, baby?
Yeah.
Good. Was it cheap?
Yeah.
Cool. 99, wow.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping